Welcome back to Naked Money, getting real, raw, and open and honest with your money. This is Cindy Birkeland with cindybirkeland.com, and welcome back. We are on to 2026 year, and I wanted to start with one of my favorite human beings, Diana Dikes. And I want to share, we're going to talk about money today and getting real and open and honest about your money. And that's why we call the show Naked Money. And I want to start today with you, Diana. Like you and I'm like, God, I'm thinking back, how long have we known each other? I know the girls were like, weren't they like 8 years old?
Yeah. So probably
our girls are like 32 now, and they were 8. So it's
probably over 24 years.
Yeah. We have been working together that long. Yeah. I love it. And, you know what? When something works, you stick with it. And I'm really proud to say that Diana and I have worked together this many years. So we started working together. I think back, I had my mortgage company.
You did. You had your mortgage company. How many loan officers did you have?
85 loan officers.
85 loan officers. You were the bomb. Okay. I was running countrywide. I had 200 employees. I was running 3 states. And that's when the mortgage business was booming.
Fabulous. It was so fabulous.
Yes, yeah, it was booming. Everybody was buying houses like they were buying, toothpaste at Walmart, you know, and everybody was qualifying, and it just was good.
It was
the business was good. It was different criteria. The business was good. Yeah. The market was well then.
How many years have you been in the mortgage business now?
Aging myself. Probably over 30 years.
Yeah. So I think safe to say Diana's got a little bit of experience in the mortgage business. And I wanted to highlight that today too on the show is, there isn't a loan you can't do.
Correct.
Diana, you do hard money.
Business loans. People are needing money now for their business loans.
I heard you just talking to a gal about a VA loan.
VA loan. Okay. FHA. Down payment assistant programs. Okay. Bank statement programs. I-10 programs. P&L. Yeah. You just need a P&L. Okay. Wow. And also luxury. I'm more so into the luxury, going up to 10 million.
Wow.
So I'm in 23 states. And I'm working with serious people, as you are, in 2026. I think we're done with the looky-loose, wannabe, my time. You see how busy we both are. We take our business seriously and we care for our clients, but they need to take it serious too.
Yeah.
And respect our time as well. But any type of SBA, commercial. Okay, I'm helping a lady right now.
Well, and that's just it. Not everybody can do every loan. No. But this is the great thing about you. I have seen you transform yourself inside out. Like, I have watched you change. Like, you can do every kind of loan, and not everybody can do that. So I wanted to bring that alive, that if you need a good mortgage broker, you got to get with Diana Dikes. So, and I want to, is there a website or how do they get a hold of you?
I mean, they could go to ML Mortgage. We're on there. You'll find Diana Dikes, or just give me a call. Diana Dikes at 702-208-6381 or dianadikes@gmail.com. I have a team. So, but thank you.
Also, I'll put it up on my website so people can get a hold of you too.
That'd be great.
But I want to talk today about also not our personal life, in that our financial services side of things. And the reason I chose Diana to be on my show, 1, she's one of my favorite people, but 2, Diana is probably my favorite and most dynamic client. And what I mean by that is we've worked together a long time, but Diana, you were one that really heeded my advice and took advice, and your portfolio reflects that. Like, you've really got it dialed in, and we've had some amazing challenges and we've had some amazing success stories. And I really wanted to share that today because Diana has done some things that in the financial services arena, not a lot of people understand or know about a lot of these products that you're in with me.
Correct.
So we want to talk about that today. So I guess my first question is, before we started working together, what were your biggest financial concerns?
As I was in the mortgage business and as money, I lived on some stock, but retirement.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it'd be great if there was a pill to stay young forever, you know, but then even that pill, you still need money.
Yeah.
And I don't think people plan for that. And after the mortgage business, you said, Diana, I'm doing this. And you were a rock star in the financial field and helping people basically plan for retirement, you made it simple. I didn't have a lot of time.
Right.
And when you sat with me, you made it real simple. But retirement, you know, like not just retirement, but kind of little bits of money to live on when you needed some emergency money.
Well, and I think a lot of it, you know, the challenge that a lot of people have is if we want a really good retirement, we should be saving 30% of our income. But could you really expect to save 30% of your income based on...
No. To answer that quickly, no.
Yeah. And I know that you were already doing a good job with your portfolio, but I was concerned. You were all in the market. And I'm like, do we really want to take the chance with losing any money in the market?
No.
And I know that was a concern. And so we revamped your portfolio and we did more into fixed index and we got you going there.
Yeah.
And you've done well with your products.
From your advice. I do lending. I do lending. I do all types of loans. I'm not going to wear all those hats.
Yeah.
You wore that hat well. You did your mortgage broker, but then you went into the financial field and you did that well. And you did that well for me, and I saw it, and you sat with me, and everything you said that you were going to do has come to fruition. And it was simple. You made me money.
Yeah.
And you got my attention.
Yes.
And not once, twice, 3, 4 times.
And here's, you know, the great thing about you is we have a very well diversified portfolio. You know, when you started, like we said, she was in the market. So we moved some things to where, yes, you can still be in the market, but not where you can lose money. Okay. So we set that up. And then you had your Roths and we moved that and we got you to where you've got Roths, but you can't lose money. And we've got you now, you've got life insurance, even your grandson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Her grandson will be a rich little dude. Diana started him a long time ago, so he's set up financially.
Yeah,
we got your son set up now, and then we even got your husband set up. And I want to talk a little bit about what happened with Kevin. And I want to preempt the story a little bit, if you don't mind. Like Diana and Kevin, like they're both busy. You know, Diana's an executive, Kevin's an executive, and they were incredibly busy. So I remember I couldn't meet with them both at the same time a lot of the times. And I remember meeting Diana, we got her stuff set up, and then Kevin came in at a separate time. And I remember we were working with Kevin, and he was just fighting with me about having life insurance. He just didn't want it. And I remember saying to Kevin, I go, listen, let's just do something small just in case. And he agreed. Okay, we'll do that. Well, things were great. He was healthy. Everything was fine. And then we ran into a snafu a couple of years ago.
4 years ago. And I'm actually thinking with your help to have a support because nobody understands.
Yeah.
And I'm going to... He was hit with cancer, prostate cancer, and one of the doctors didn't catch it, and it grew all over his body.
Yeah.
We just came back from our anniversary trip 4 years ago in Hawaii, and he goes, Diana, I feel like I'm dying. I have a stomach ache that feels like I'm dying. I said, go to emergency. You got a parasite, probably from Hawaii. 30 minutes later, I arrived. They said, come in. They said, we have bad news. And I said, well, what is it? That parasite, what is it? No, your husband has stage 4 cancer. Well, I fell on the floor. All right. And I said, this can't be. We get our annual checkups. We have insurance. This can't be. You know, you're in a state of shock, but the first person I'm thinking to call is Cindy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, she's our financial person and we're going to need some insurance, you know. You created a miracle.
I remember that day that you called, and I was absolutely in shock. Well, first, when we get over that initial shock, and I said, all right, because we knew, like, once you started sharing with me, when it comes to something that severe, there's only so much your health insurance is going to cover.
Correct.
And I remember you telling me, they're not going to cover all of this. What we need for him, they're not going to cover. And I said, Diana, he has life insurance. And the type of life insurance that I only sell to my clients is the type that has living benefits, critical care benefits, critical illness riders. So terminal, anything with cancer, heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, anything like that, you can cash out.
And we never thought. I mean, he was very athletic.
Yeah.
Always worked out at the gym. You know, we've got 2 great kids. Our daughter played professional basketball.
He's super healthy.
She's an executive. I mean, our kids are thriving. It hit the family like 100-pound bomb.
Yeah.
And it still is.
Yeah.
4 years later.
Well,
but
and praise God, he's still around. But we were able to pull 90% of that policy and cash you 90% of that policy in cash.
But go in detail.
Yeah.
I called Cindy. COVID happened. He had made some payments.
Yeah, he stopped
I thought
all
we were
of COVID.
dead in the water.
And the beautiful thing is,
You did it.
oh,
You know, this is no BS. You called me and you go, you know, he hasn't made payments. I fell on the floor again. Okay. And you said, let me see what I can do. This woman created a miracle. And she got us $90,000. One pill is $1,800. And insurance would only cover $800. And these pills needed to be taken twice a week to keep him alive. Miracle, what you created.
well, because what freaked me out is he was supposed to be dead by Labor Day. They gave him 6 weeks to live.
Yeah.
It's 4 years later and we're still here.
It's tough.
And this is,
It's tough.
this is just it though. Living through this with you, like being friends, we've known each other for years. It's like your family.
Yeah.
You're my family. And to watch this happen, but we still have Kevin.
But
4
you
years
and I are
later.
like that. Just like I was talking to the person, you take your clients and you let them know you're there as a friend, like I do with my clients, and get them the best. They always say, Diana, you pick up your phone at 10 o'clock at night. You're not in it for just the commission. No, I have a team. I'm on the front line of my team. Cindy will pick her call up. 9 o'clock at night. I mean, due respect, you know, for family time and people that are serious. But you knew this was a serious situation and you held our hand.
Yeah.
And you were able to get that you said,
well, let's get on the phone right away. We got on the
miracle.
phone with the carriers, and within 10 days we had money.
Well, nobody knows what's going to hit them. You think you're perfectly healthy and you go, the doctor missed it. Oh, people say sue the doctor. We can't.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, but it's been 4 years. It's been a haul.
Yeah.
It's been something else, but
He's still with us.
That's all I can continue to say is thank you.
Well, and I really appreciate you sharing this, Diana. This is being real and raw and open and naked about your information. And I know, but the thing is, this is life-changing as far as, like, this has given Kevin a different lease on life. And I appreciate you sharing this story, because not everybody is successful in a story like this, because not everybody thinks to do this. And one thing I will say about you and Kevin is you guys always took my advice and you've always listened. And when we do those things to preempt from tragedy, and you've done that. And I also want to talk a little bit about, you know, your future with your retirement. You have done a very unique plan with me. I know you were working with a different financial advisor before you came to me. I know you had been with the
That was years ago.
I know.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but you've been with me quite a while.
Yeah.
But as we transitioned, you were already doing a pretty good job, but we realized with the lifestyle you want to have, we needed to do a little bit more. And pretty much
it's humble lifestyle. You know,
well,
it's not rich,
we
but
still
humble.
want to have fun when we retire. We don't retire to sit home and watch TV. So I know with the traveling you do and everything, we knew we needed to do something. And so we did kind of a situation where we layered her retirement, and we put you in a very unique product called Kaizen. And it is
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
I was real. I give her hell and I ask a million questions, but she doesn't get upset. Like when clients ask me a million questions, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
You're the expert of that subject matter. I'm the expert of subject matter of loans. I don't try to indulge in what you're doing. And you came to me and I said, I've never heard of that. But my question's always, is it principal protected?
Yeah.
That's where I win.
Yeah.
Always principal protected. But explain Kaizen, because, you know, it's like a facelift.
I know that you had already had a fairly diversified portfolio, but you had a good bit of money in tax later. So we knew coming out, like, she's still going to have to pay taxes when she retires. But what if there was another program where you wouldn't? And so Diana's done well with her finances, but she also, when you do well with your finances, you're going to pay a lot of tax. We wanted to alleviate that tax burden. So part of the Kaizen life insurance policy is it was looking for a tax-free retirement plan later.
Right.
And Diana listened to my advice. I said, listen, we're going to need to, we want to take you all the way to the finish line with a very nice tax-free retirement. And that's what we did with the Kaizen. So it alleviated your taxes, but we have a bank paying $3 to every dollar you put in. It's like a 401k on steroids.
Yep.
And, you know, it's one thing to have a 401k, but when you have somebody guaranteed to put $3 into every dollar you do, and then guaranteed to never lose your principal. And do you remember how much your life insurance policy, the face amount is on that? Do you remember?
$1 million.
Yeah.
Living life too.
Living benefits.
Yeah. You know, I told my husband, he keeps saying, you know, I'm going to go because it's bad. The cancer has really hit him really, really, really bad. He can hardly walk. But he's a trooper. He's a man.
He is.
And still working, you know. It's hard. But I tell him, I could go before you. The stress that the family puts on me. I said, and this isn't vodka in here. I said, the stress, you know, that the family puts on, and you assured me. Now, it was tough. I had to put $40,000 a year, and it could be even higher than that now with Kaizen. But I found a way.
Yeah.
I found a way for me and my family that people don't think about it. And do you know how many people come in my office, and I'm sure your office? Oh, my mother died, my brother died, we're fighting, there's no will, there's no trust, there's no life insurance.
Oh my God.
They don't
it's
think
a mess.
about it,
Yeah.
you know. So even higher luxury. I had a client that owned 3 homes worth 1.2, 4 million, 3 million. He died. And his kids were coming to me going, we can't find a will or trust. I said, you guys were too busy living that luxury life, and you didn't get down to the nitty gritty.
No trust,
okay,
no
no
will.
trust, no will. Can you imagine? And now everything's in probate. I can't help them until the probate's over. And this is a billionaire.
Yeah.
Not a millionaire, a billionaire. Okay. Look at Aretha Franklin, look at Prince, look at, you know, some of these other people. You got to listen to, you know, I listen. She sat with me and she made me listen. I feel comfortable. Okay, if something medically happened to me, or if I die,
you're still taking care of your family beyond the grave.
Oh.
And that's what this life insurance does. But it's at the same point, a lot of people they think of life insurance as, I got to die for my family to get paid.
Look at Kevin.
That's not the truth. The life insurance today is so full of benefits, and your family has already received the benefit of that. And if anything happened to you, I know your kids are taken care of. I know your grandkids are taken care of. I know that because we set those plans up.
Right.
We were thinking not only about our today, but our future. So I wanted to bring that alive. I want to say thank you for putting your trust in me.
Well, for years, Cindy, and there was a glitch when the mortgage crisis happened, and there was a glitch. And not only does Cindy care, she talks to you every year, you know, and she said, you got to make time for me. She just made me some more money, you know. So I was like, if you're making me money, I'm going to listen to you, you know. But she cares like what she does for her family, just like I do in lending, you know. And you don't find that. I'm like,
well, and let me ask you specifically, like you're saying, and that was what I was going to bring live. There's so many options out there on who to work with. What made you decide to work with me?
Well, I knew that you were professional in your mortgage business. Okay, so that kind of goes back for our mortgage business. And I watched you. I didn't do it. I was a little skeptical, remember, put my life insurance and all that in it, because I do have another really good friend, but you were in it before her. And I said, I want to know it's principal protected. Okay. And you said, yes, Diana, it's principal protected. Those are the words I used.
And it was in writing, guaranteed.
In writing, here it is, you know. And I watched you. I came to some of your seminars. I watched you. I watched how you help people. This was before Kevin's cancer. And I said, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And you made me money. And I was able to pull some of that money out. Not Kaizen, you have to keep it in there. Okay. So I want to go over that a little bit with you too. Kaizen is definitely for the retirement, but living life benefit. But who holds $1 million? Okay, you have to put 40K in, but come on, who cares? You know, you're going to waste that.
You're going to, when you think of most life insurance policies, you're going to pay in 30 years, 40 years. And a million things in life can happen.
Right.
Kaizen, you pay 5 years. It's it. You're done. The bank takes over. The bank bank pays the rest.
Yeah, the bank pays the rest, and then you get your retirement. Then I have other things with her. With those other things, I was able to nibble on it. You know, I need 13K here. Oh my God, my mom needs, this, my mom's in Philly. She needs some floor, oh, I need to pay her taxes, $2,000. You just, these unexpected things. I was able to nibble on the 2 other policies that you have me because it made me money.
Well,
people
and the beautiful
think
thing is,
the bank, no way would I put my money.
Well, and what's been great about what you've done is with the where we've invested your money, you've been living on the interest. Like whenever you need money, you're only taking interest. You're never touching the principal.
Correct.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing.
All that money is still there and growing. And when we need it, you're pulling from the interest.
And you just gave me more money. Just 2 months ago or something, you said, okay, it's time to move some. And you're going to get a benefit factor of moving it. And I said, let's do it. So going through some stuff now with the cancer, and it's trying, but I feel more comfortable than I have ever. You got to trust people with your finances. You got to work with someone that you can trust. And, there's so much on, these videos and TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and, so I trust you because I can see you. I know you're in different states as well, but if people aren't ready to do a Zoom or meet with you in person and talk to you, and that's what all the time, Cindy, I need a recap. And you go, all right.
Well, and we always are going to meet, like we do at minimum an annual review, but you and I meet together a lot more. There's a lot more moving parts.
And you've made me money every
isn't
year?
it important that we start somewhere?
Yeah.
You were already doing all right. You had already established retirement. But for some people, let's say for somebody that hasn't started yet, what would you tell them? What would be your advice?
Start today. Give Cindy a call, trust her. They need to start somewhere, even if it's $200 a month.
Yeah,
Okay.
Always.
I mean, you don't think of what could happen. All right. But I mean, look at the world now. My God, there's so much hate, but you don't know what's going to happen. And take that money. It could be a dinner. $100 a month. You're going to spend, I mean, people go to Disneyland and spend $5,000 on the family. Think about your family then.
Yeah.
You want them to ride on the roller coaster? If you die and you don't have a life insurance, that's going to be the worst roller coaster that your family. I see it every day.
Yeah.
Cindy, people come in my office every day and they don't have their financial. You don't have to be rich, but the rich get it together and get with Cindy too. I mean, just small, humble, and start today. I mean, it's almost like a given. Yeah. If you have a car, if you have an apartment or a house, you need to have life insurance. You need to have a financial plan.
What you already have.
Correct.
But I tell people, using life insurance, having your affairs in order, means you're taking care of your family beyond the grave. It's one thing to take care of them while we're here, but it's quite another when we're gone.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate what you and Kevin, you put your trust in me. We've had some wins. We've had some hard times, but thank God, we've
well,
done
the other thing life insurance could do if they start now and as the interest grows, they could take that money and buy a house.
Yes. Well, and it's interesting. My daughter, my youngest, is 20, and she's on her second plan. She came to me. I started her when she was 7. I got her on a plan like we did with your grandson. And she came to me last year, and she said, "Mom, I think I need to be doing more." And so this child is going to be so wealthy because she's got 2 plans, and she's, we started when she was 7. But you know what? When you're younger, you don't have to do as much. You don't need to save as much because you have time on your side.
Correct.
But my
college
daughter,
money.
Yeah, she's going to have it. She'll have, if she wants to spend money on college, she can. She wants to buy a house with that money, she can. But the bottom line is she's going to have a ridiculously amazing tax-free retirement.
Yeah.
And that's what some of the things that life insurance will do. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being on the show today. It's going to be an amazing year. But again, thank you for putting your trust in me. And we will put your information up on the website to get a hold of Diana. Yeah. Mortgage broker extraordinaire, Diana Dikes. Again, Cindy Birkeland, cindyberkeland.com. Thank you for sharing with Making Money.